Dear students, good morning. We are moving on to the next topic, dividend policy. In the last class, we have seen what is the meaning of dividend, what are the types of dividend. Next, let us see what do you mean by dividend policy, what are the factors influencing dividend policy. Policy regarding the allocation of earnings into retained earnings and dividend. When a company has earned profit or when a company has earnings after tax and preference dividend, the company has to decide how to utilize the earnings. The earnings can be used either to pay it as dividend or it can be retained in the business as additional capital. So dividend കൊടുക്കണം, retain ചെയ്യണം. ഈ ഒരു ഡിസിഷൻ എടുക്കണം. ഇതിനാണ് പറയാ ഡിവിഡൻഡ് പോളിസി. So dividend policy is concerned with the division of earnings between retained earnings and payment to shareholders in the form of dividend. Or what is the policy regarding the utilization of earnings, whether to be paid as dividend or to be retained in the business. The decision regarding that, the policy regarding that is called dividend policy. What is the policy of making dividend payment? Whether to pay dividend, if so, how much dividend, or to retain in the business, or how to allocate the earnings in between retained earnings and dividend. Okay. Next, what are the factors affecting dividend policy? Dividend policy എല്ലാ ഫേമിന്റെ ഒരുപോണക്കല്ല. It varies from firm to firm or organization to organization. There are various factors. While deciding the dividend policy, these factors are to be considered. On the basis of this, a suitable dividend policy suiting to the firm is to be taken. Okay. So what are the factors? The factors are of two types. First one, internal factors. Second one, external factors. Internal factors means those factors which are within the organization, internal to the organization. Among that, first one, stability and size of earnings. What is the stability of earnings? If earnings are stable and the size of earnings are comparatively high, such a firm can pay dividend. Clear? So if earnings are stable, or if the firm has stable earnings and the size of the earnings are comparatively large, such a firm can pay dividend. If earnings are not stable and the amount of earnings are comparatively meager, it is better not to pay a high rate of dividend. Okay. Second one, liquidity of funds. We know that dividend payment is not an obligation. It is an option. Company has the option either to pay dividend or to retain the profit. Once the company has declared a dividend, it becomes a liability. Dividend declare ചെയ്തു കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ അത് ബാധ്യതയാണ്, കൊടുത്തേ പറ്റൂ. അതുകൊണ്ട് പറയണം dividend should be paid in the form of cash. According to Companies Act and SEBI guidelines, company has to pay dividend in the form of cash. So the company has to see what is the availability of liquid funds, or what is the liquidity of funds. If there is sufficient liquid funds are there, okay, they can use that liquid fund for making payment of dividend. If they lack liquidity of funds, it is better not to pay higher rate of dividend. Third one, investment opportunities and preference of the shareholders. What are the investment opportunities? If the company has profitable investment opportunity, company invest ചെയ്യാനുള്ള opportunity ഉണ്ട്, with which a company can get a higher rate of return on such a retained earnings. Okay, company എന്ത് ചെയ്യും? Company, it is better for the company to retain the earnings and utilize it as an additional capital. On the other hand, if the company has no investment opportunities, company ക്ക് തീരെ investment opportunities ഇല്ല, profitable investment opportunities are lacking. In such a case, it is better to pay the dividend. Then the shareholder can get the dividend and they can invest the dividend outside the company and they can get a reasonable rate of returns on such dividend income. Clear? So what about the investment opportunities. അത് നിങ്ങൾ പഠിക്കുന്നുണ്ട് ഡിവിഡൻഡ്. What is the rate of return on the investment? Rate of return is higher than the cost of equity capital KE. If the rate of return on the investment is high, that means company can get a high rate of return because the company has profitable investment opportunity. It is better to retain the earnings and utilize it as a source of fund. Okay. Then what is the preference of shareholders? Shareholders ne preference oda nokkanam. If they prefer to get a dividend, okay, dividend koduthe vettu. But if the shareholders are in the high tax bracket, nalla tax adikkanna shareholders aanu, income tax adikkan nalla heavy income tax ulla shareholders are, appo avaru prefer cheyathilla rich group shareholders. In such a case, they may not prefer to get a dividend കാരണം ഡിവിഡൻഡ് ഇൻകത്തിനും ടാക്സ് അടയ്ക്കണം. അപ്പോൾ അവർ പ്രിഫർ ചെയ്യുന്ന എന്താ, ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ബെറ്റർ ടു റീറ്റെയിൻ ചെയ്തോട്ടെ നോക്കും. അതുകൊണ്ട് നോക്കണം വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദി ആറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡ് ഓഫ് ദി ഷെയർ ഹോൾഡേഴ്സ്, ദാറ്റ് ഓൾസോ ടു ബി കൺസിഡേർഡ്. ഓക്കെ, നെക്സ്റ്റ് വൺ, ആറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡ് ഓഫ് മാനേജ്മെന്റ് ടുവേർഡ്സ് കൺട്രോൾ. വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദി ആറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡ് ഓഫ് മാനേജ്മെന്റ് ടുവേർഡ്സ് കൺട്രോൾ? That means we know that who control the company? Board of directors. Board of directors are the representatives of the equity shareholders. Representative part of the equity shareholders in the board of directors. They manage the day-to-day affairs of the company. Shareholders, equity shareholders are the owners of the company. If the management prefer to retain control in the existing hands of the shareholders, suppose shareholders in the number 200, company agreement management agreement idana dilute cheyanda aa 200 പേരുടെ കയ്യിൽ തന്നെ കൺട്രോൾ ഇരിക്കട്ടെ. They don't want to dilute the control. They want to retain the control in the existing hands of 200 shareholders. Okay, in such a case, അവർ എന്ത് ചെയ്യും? അവർക്ക് അഡീഷണൽ ഫണ്ട് വേണമെങ്കിൽ ഈസിയാണ്, ഈക്വിറ്റി ഷെയർ ഇഷ്യൂ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റത്തില്ല, കാരണം അപ്പം വീണ്ടും കൂടുതൽ ഈക്വിറ്റി ഷെയർ ഹോൾഡേഴ്സ് വരും. അപ്പോൾ അവരുടെ കൺട്രോൾ ഡൈല്യൂട്ട് ചെയ്യപ്പെട്ടു പോകും. അപ്പോൾ അവർ വിചാരിക്കും ബെറ്റർ ടു യൂസ് റീറ്റെയിൻ ഏർണിങ്സ് ആസ് എ സോഴ്സ് ഓഫ് ഫിനാൻസ്. ഉണ്ടോ? അപ്പോൾ റീറ്റെയിൻ ഏർണിങ്സ് ഉപയോഗിക്കാൻ അവർ പ്രിഫർ ചെയ്യും. അതുകൊണ്ട് നോക്കണം വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദി ആറ്റിറ്റ്യൂഡ് ടുവേഴ്സ് control. If they want to prefer to retain control in the existing hands of the shareholders, in such a case it is better to use retained earnings as a source of finance with which they can undertake profitable investment opportunities. Next, past dividend rate നോക്കണം. What is the rate of dividend paid in the past dividend rate? അവിടെ past dividend rate നോക്കണം. So also the dividend rate of the similar firms. ഇവരുടെ പാസ് ഡിവിഡൻഡ് റേറ്റ് ഈസ് കമ്പാരറ്റീവ്ലി ഹൈ റേറ്റിലാണ് കൊടുത്തോണ്ടിരുന്നത്. ഇപ്പോഴും അങ്ങനെ കൊടുത്തേ പറ്റൂ, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അഡ്വേഴ്സ് ആയിട്ട് ഇൻവെസ്റ്റേഴ്സിനെ അഫക്റ്റ് ചെയ്യും. ദെൻ ഡിവിഡൻഡ് ഹിസ്റ്ററി ഓഫ് ദ സിമിലർ ഫേംസ് കൂടെ നോക്കണം. അവർ എത്ര ഡിവിഡൻഡ് റേറ്റ് ആണ്, വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദ റേറ്റ് ഓഫ് ഡിവിഡൻഡ് പെയ്ഡ് ബൈ ദ സിമിലർ ഫേംസ്. ഇത് നോക്കിയിട്ട് വേണം നമ്മുടെ ഡിവിഡൻഡ് പോളിസി തീരുമാനിക്കാൻ. ക്ലിയർ? സോ വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദ റേറ്റ് ഓഫ് ഡിവിഡൻഡ് പെയ്ഡ് ഇൻ ദ ഫാസ്റ്റ് ആൻഡ് വാട്ട് ഈസ് ദ റേറ്റ് ഓഫ് ഡിവിഡൻഡ് പെയ്ഡ് ബൈ സിമിലർ ഫേംസ്? This is to be considered. ഇതുകൂടെ നോക്കണം. എന്നിട്ട് അതിന്റെ ബേസിസിൽ വേണം നമ്മുടെ ഇപ്പോഴത്തെ ഡിവിഡൻഡ് റേറ്റ് ഫിക്സ് ചെയ്യാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ട്. ഓക്കെ, then ability to borrow. What is the ability of the firm to borrow? If the company has high credit standing and company can easily borrow money, additional fund വേണമെങ്കിൽ ഈസി ആയിട്ട് ബോറോ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. In such a case അവർക്ക് നല്ലോണം ഡിവിഡൻഡ് കൊടുക്കാം, no problem, because they have high credit standing and they are easy or they have accessibility to raise funds very easily. In such a case, they can pay dividend, no problem, because they have the facility to raise the fund very easily. Okay. Next, need to repay the debt. If the company want to repay the debt, in such a case, we can see that if the what is the ability to borrow? Sorry, what is the need to repay the debt? If the company has the necessity to repay the debt, in such a case, they can use the fund for repaying the debt, and they can utilize the retained earnings as a source of finance, or they can use the fund for the repayment of the debt. These are the internal factors. ഇത്ര ഫാക്ടേഴ്സ് നോക്കിയിട്ട് സ്യൂട്ടബിൾ ഡിവിഡൻഡ് പോളിസി നമ്മൾ ഫ്രെയിം ചെയ്യണം. ഇനി എക്സ്റ്റേണൽ ഫാക്ടേഴ്സ്, ദേ ആർ ഔട്ട്സൈഡ് ദി ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻ ഓർ എക്സ്റ്റേണൽ ടു ദി ഓർഗനൈസേഷൻ. അതാണ് ട്രേഡ് സൈക്കിൾ. വാട്ട് ഈസ് എ ട്രേഡ് സൈക്കിൾ? നമുക്കറിയാം ഇൻഫ്ലേഷൻ ആണോ, ഡിഫ്ലേഷൻ ആണോ, ബൂം ആണോ, ഡിപ്രഷൻ ആണോ? Suppose during inflation, we know that money supply is comparatively higher. In such a case, we can see that the depreciation, amount of depreciation is comparatively less. Because the value of the fixed, what is the objective of providing depreciation? Depreciation is a fund, which is kept separate for the replacement of the asset. Asset replacement fund depreciation. Inflation period, depreciation amount meager. Asset value is comparatively high. Asset value is comparatively high. So the price of the asset is comparatively high. And depreciation amount is comparatively meager. In such a case, our additional fund automatically in such a case, they have to use fund for the replacement of the asset. In such a case, dividend policy liberal in deflation, the depreciation amount cost of the asset will be comparatively less when compared with the price during the inflation period. In such a case, they can have high dividend policy. Then legal requirements. What is the legal requirement? SEBI guidelines, Companies Act and government regulations. According to SEBI's guidelines, we know that dividend should be paid in the form of cash. Cash out of revenue profit. Past accumulated revenue profit current profit and past accumulated revenue profit. Tax accountancy. Then capital profit requirements. What is the legal requirements? That is, dividend should be paid in the form of cash. It can be paid only out of revenue profit. So it can be paid out of current and past accumulated revenue profit. It cannot be paid out of capital. Then only what can be declared? Dividend can be declared and paid. Then corporate tax. What is the rate of tax? If tax rate is companies or corporate tax rate is very high, amount tax had to go. Then after tax profit will be comparatively low. Okay, so higher rate of dividend. Next, general state of the economy. What is the economic conditions? If the economy is more or less stable, there is stability in the economic situation. In such a case, regular dividend. If the state of economy is not stable, it is moving up and down. In such a case, dividend policy should not be too liberal. Okay. At the capital market condition, what is the capital market? What will be capital market? It is the market where long-term securities are borrowed and lent. So if the capital market is developed, in such a case, they can raise easily the long-term sources of fund. If capital market condition is not so developed, it is very difficult to raise a fund easily from the capital market because capital market is not so developed. In such a case, dividend policy liberal. Clear? Last one, government policy. What is the policy of the government? Monetary policy, fiscal policies, taxation policies, etc. That is to be considered. So these are the factors. Itra factors dividend other retain how to utilize the retained, how to utilize the profit. Profit dividend other retain that is to be decided. So the decision regarding the utilization allocation of profit between retained earnings and dividend to equity shareholders. Then what are the important factors? You just note down the points and study the points. Okay, bye.